a rapidly evolving global economic landscape, the movement away from the US dollar as the dominant reserve currency is gaining across diverse regions. Africa, Europe, and other nations are actively seeking alternatives to decrease their reliance on the dollar in international transactions. Moreover, the declining share of the US dollar in global reserves, reaching a record low of 58%, is a significant development that reflects a diminishing reliance on the dollar by central banks worldwide. As the global economic order undergoes a profound transformation, the move away from the US dollar signifies a growing recognition of the need for currency diversity and increased economic autonomy. These developments have the potential to reshape the international financial landscape, fostering a new era of cooperation, resilience, and a more multipolar world economy. However, amidst these developments, the future of the US dollar remains uncertain. Will it succumb to de-dollarization efforts or emerge victorious? Hello and welcome to another video of Finance Sense, where we cover all the latest trends in the financial markets and the economy. Before we start, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment below if you enjoyed watching this video, and turn on the notification bell to keep posted. And now, without further ado, let's start. Significant progress is being made toward the unification of Africa's currency system, with the end goal of decreasing the continent's dependency on the dollar. The Pan-African Payment and Settlement System, or PAPS, is a major project that has helped to fuel this growth. The goal of the system is to make trade and economic partnerships between African countries easier. It functions by providing them the option to use their own currencies for transactions rather than only the US dollar. When it comes to putting PAPS into action, the African Export-Import Bank is there to back it up with the resources it needs. Their participation exemplifies the dedication of African nations to advance financial autonomy and improve economic integration on the regional level. It is anticipated that other countries will sign up for PAPS as the system becomes more popular. According to projections made by the African Export-Import Bank, between 15 and 20 nations will become members of PAPS by the end of this year. This would strengthen the community's drive to lessen reliance on the US currency and increase trade inside Africa. Meanwhile, Venezuela is actively encouraging the use of alternative payment platforms instead of the global banking network, SWIFT. This supports Venezuela's effort to de-dollarize and decrease its dependence on the US dollar for foreign trade. Venezuela is exploring alternatives to SWIFT in order to set up more secure and self-sufficient financial networks that are immune to any prospective US sanctions. Moreover, Venezuela's use of cryptocurrency for oil transactions is intrinsically tied to its promotion of de-dollarization. For instance, in order to avoid using the US dollar-dominated financial system, Venezuela has created its own cryptocurrency, known as the Petro. By accepting cryptocurrency payments for its oil exports, Venezuela is able to do business beyond the reach of US sanctions and banking regulations. Given the fact that cryptocurrencies aren't directly under the jurisdiction of one particular nation or centralized government, using them in oil transactions allows Venezuela anonymity and freedom. It also enables Venezuela to create direct and peer-to-peer transactions and eliminates the need for middlemen, which can minimize transaction costs. Additionally, Europe has been making progress in its efforts to lessen its reliance on the US currency. As a matter of fact, France has made the decision to forego the use of the dollar in favor of conducting an LNG gas trade with China. France's decision to execute this deal in currencies other than the US dollar is an indicator that it wants to increase its currency reserves and encourage the use of different payment methods. This action taken by France has repercussions that extend beyond other nations in Europe that are looking for alternatives to the dollar. It also illustrates a rising desire on the part of European nations to diversify their economies and lessen their reliance on the United States currency. European countries are exploring and adopting alternative currencies and payment channels to further their economic independence. Additionally, it reduces their vulnerability to the possibility of disruptions brought on by fluctuations in the US economy. On the other hand, Iraq has also taken steps to strengthen its own currency and gain control over the black market exchange rate by banning US dollar transactions. The motivation behind this move is to control currency volatility and reduce reliance on the US dollar. Iraq's goal in prohibiting transactions in US dollars is to improve the demand for and value of the Iraqi dinar on international financial markets. Iraq is taking this step as part of its broader de-dollarization initiatives, which aim to lessen the country's reliance on the US dollar and increase the diversity of its foreign exchange reserves. Furthermore, by making the Iraqi dinar stronger and keeping the black market exchange rate in check, Iraq wants to secure its economy and bring the BRICS nations want to increase economic independence and make themselves less susceptible to economic pressures from elsewhere. This method promotes deeper economic ties inside the alliance and provides greater flexibility in international commerce. The coordinated attempt of the BRICS nations to exert pressure on the dollar's dominance is a sign of changing economic power dynamics on a global scale. The financial system is changing as these rising economies become more powerful on the international scene. In addition to this, they are working toward the implementation of a system that is more open and diverse. The use of regional currencies in international transactions is a promising new trend. It heralds a brand new era for the BRICS alliance, one that will be marked by enhanced economic cooperation and autonomy. Currently, de-dollarization presents a significant challenge to the enduring dominance of the US dollar as the world's primary reserve currency. JP Morgan has detected signs of de-dollarization in the global economy, suggesting a shift in preference toward currencies other than the dollar. Although the overall usage of the dollar remains consistent with historical patterns, a more detailed examination reveals a more nuanced and divided scenario. The decrease in the US dollar's share in global reserves to a record low of 58% marks a noteworthy development, reflecting a reduced reliance on the dollar by central banks worldwide. This trend is even more apparent when considering that gold now constitutes 15% of reserves, up from 11% 5 years ago. Geopolitical events and economic factors have played a crucial role in driving de-dollarization efforts. For instance, the impact of steep US interest rate hikes and sanctions has prompted countries like Russia to challenge the dominant position of the US dollar. Even with all of these changes, the US dollar is still a very important currency in international trade. In fact, the dollar is used in 88% of all foreign exchange trades. However, the diminishing position of the dollar in the world's reserves and the growing variety of trading currencies both point to a continuing trend toward de-dollarization. In conclusion, the movement away from the US dollar as the dominant reserve currency reflects a transformative shift in the global economic landscape. As nations across diverse regions actively seek alternatives and reduce their reliance on the dollar, the declining share of the US dollar in global reserves signifies a diminishing dependence on it by central banks worldwide. This shift toward currency diversity and increased economic autonomy has the potential to reshape the international financial landscape, fostering a more multipolar world economy characterized by cooperation, resilience, and enhanced regional integration. Hi! We hope that watching this video was interesting and that you learned something valuable. If you enjoyed it, please hit the notification button, like, subscribe, and watch more of our videos. Also, don't forget to share your comments in the comment section below. This is Finance Sense, helping you stay current on all the most recent changes in the financial markets and economy. Stay safe and look out for the next video.